Whenever we think nuclear energy, images of mushroom clouds, cancer, and radiation sickness often blow our perceptions. Our general opinion is created by the media and the way it covers nuclear disasters.
These reactors have shut down, so they're no longer generating electricity, but the cores remain very, very hot, and so those cores need...
Should this form of energy be used or lobbied against in support of an alternative source of mass energy? Is there a replacement for nuclear power? Some answers to these questions were being provided at Sci Fest Africa in Grahamstown. Kees Rajdik, an astrophysicist, hosted a talk shop on the issue of nuclear energy and discussed the reasons why this form of energy is here to stay, despite all the negative press it has gathered.
We are going to have to turn to nuclear one way or another way. We're going to run out of coal eventually, we're going to run out of petroleum eventually, so we have to find an alternative. And I don't think the renewables play an incredibly important role, but they are not at this stage and not in the foreseeable future in any position to be what we call a base supply. The foreseeable future for nuclear energy is huge.
Rajdik believes that the media is to blame for the way that nuclear energy is perceived to be hazardous, as they give incorrect information and exaggerate the dangers, especially about the recent disaster in Japan.
The media, I'm afraid, as I said, they are there to sell newspapers. They're there not to inform the public.
Rajdik does agree that there are risks involved with nuclear energy, just like any other form of alternative supply.
These are the downsides. There are side effects. There are with anything else. If we're burning coal, there are side effects. If we're using motor cars, there are side effects. And we need to know exactly what they are, how to manage them. And I think we need these sort of venues much more to educate people, because most people don't know what's involved. They don't understand. There's a fear. There's no doubt about it. There's a huge fear. You talk about Koeberg, people see or imagine a mushroom cloud. And nothing could be further from the truth.
With this negative perception of nuclear energy, it is difficult for governments to open up mass nuclear plants without any resistance. Other forms of energy have similar problems, with hydrogen fuel cells being the prime example. Koli Saludidi conducted a workshop at Sci Fest which dealt with the potential of hydrogen as a renewable energy source.
Hydrogen fuel cell energy, it is feasible in the modern world. There are countries in the European continents where they're using hydrogen fuel cells. Their transport systems, they apply it in their homes. It is very much feasible. Here in South Africa, you do have companies that are using fuel cells as their backup power. So it is something that is happening right now.
The benefits of using hydrogen would greatly decrease carbon emissions in our atmosphere and would actually be a cheaper form of power than oil and coal. However, hydrogen fuel cells are also sharing the same negative press as nuclear energy, as it is considered to be an unsafe way of powering cars.
We have been experiencing some problems with especially the danger of hydrogen. People are saying, ooh, hydrogen is dangerous, it's a volatile gas, and we could be making hydrogen bombs. But you have to take necessary precautions like with any other energy source.
Even though South Africa would be able to produce hydrogen due to our platinum reserves, Kees Rajdik believes that the hydrogen power is too expensive in the long run to replace nuclear power.
I think it's a great future for hydrogen. It's clean. When you burn it, you get water, which is great. But you have to, there's no free lunch in the universe. You have to spend more energy getting the hydrogen than you get back from burning the hydrogen.
From these discussions, it is apparent that the alternative energy sources have great resistance and have negative aspects. But their potential to create non-pollutive, long-lasting energy means that they have to have a future in the modern world. Although most of us might have been anti-nuclear power before, now it seems that in order to harness the power that we need for our day-to-day lives, alternative power sources have to be found. Evidently, with great risks come great reward when it comes to both hydrogen and nuclear power. This is Renewable for RUTV at Sci Fest.